was at. He embraced the lowest forms of society, everything from the hookers to the garbage men, to people that would be like, I guess, nowadays like fast food employees. That's pretty much who the apostles were. And now these days, the people that are like that are the people that are kicked out and shunned from the church. And those are the people that, they don't like the way they look, and they don't like the way they act, and they don't like the music they listen to. But if we look back and learn, those are the people that, in the New Testament, Christ embraced and hung out with. And now, in, the year, 2000 or whatever, those are the people that are being kicked out of the churches on a daily basis because they won't clean up and buy a suit. And it's just like, it's almost like if there was a New Testament, Christ would come back and he would tell the churches that today that have been established that they're doing the same exact thing that the churches were doing in the New Testament that he hated. And, it just makes me sick because, once again, we've completely lost view of everything important. People say, like, you learn from your mistakes and history repeats itself. History does repeat itself. The Bible is repeating itself because we are in the same place that we were when the New Testament was written, in my opinion. We are in a place where, politically and monetarily, those people are respected and looked at as, perfect Christians, and the people that are that maybe have tattoos or piercings, that probably love God way more and have way more of a true compassion than these people are, kicked out and shunned. And these other people, because they look the part, are progressing, and it's the same. History has repeated itself. We've learned nothing. And I always liked, the saying, history repeats itself, because it does over and over and over, and we never learn. But in the same time, I guess that's the beauty of humanity, that, in my opinion, the only way you learn is from personal experience. And no matter how many books you read and how many times someone tells you something, it never hits home until you experience it yourself. You have all these heroin addicts out there saying, heroin ruined my life. But no one ever realizes that until they become a heroin addict and ruin their life. And it just makes me sad, because there are so many awesome people out there that have been shoved under the carpet and either keep their beliefs to themselves or don't believe anymore, because the people that were supposedly the elite spiritually are, in my opinion, the least spiritual. And,
Amen.
If anything, that's what this band's about. It's, and until the day I die, I will conflict with the church, because I do not believe it's in the proper place right now. And it bothers me, and it truly, truly just bothers me, the state of where we're at now. And it's just the same as it was, at 0, AD. The same, exactly the same. It's corrupt, and it's all about status, and it has nothing to do with how spiritual you are or how much you love God. It has to do with your appearance and your profile, and
your money.
And money, and
your vote.
And I don't think that will ever change, in my opinion. And I think part of the beauty of the Christian walk is they talk about, like, it's an alone walk, and it's, you're by yourself. Your Christian walk is a lonely walk, and it makes me feel better that even the people that are supposed to be my peers tell me that what I'm doing is wrong. And it's just the same as back then, all the apostles in Christ, and, everybody was telling them they were blasphemers and wrong. And, maybe you would think people in these positions today would realize this from reading the Bible, but they don't. You know, they're just like the Pharisees.